This is me, and this is where I spend the most of my spare time. I've been making small game prototypes for about 2 years now, and I'm constantly trying to come up with new game mechanics for my next game. The objective with this devlog is to come up with a brand new idea for a game and then finish it within 10 weeks. I'm very hyped for this challenge, so without further ado, let's jump into it. I usually begin with squares and circles and only focusing on the main game mechanic, but this time I wanted to do things different. Instead I started brainstorming about the play character and the environment the game will take place in. I recently watched the classic Ghostbusters movies from the 80s and the inspiration suddenly came to me. This was perfect. Slime is cool and I wanted a unique play character for my game. I realized that the big challenge here would be to make an object that actually looked something like slime. So I did what every game developer with a little bit of self-respect always do. Google for solutions, copy and paste. The first solution I came across was something called cloth component in Unity. I don't know how it works, but it looked kinda cool from what I could see in a couple of tutorials. I started implementing the cloth into a sphere ball kind of thing, and just like that I had created my first dying balloon. I started messing around with all the settings I could find to somehow make it look like the slime object that I had in mind, but the only thing that came out of it was that I eventually killed the balloon for good. A bit disappointed, I took a break and had some energy drink with extreme high levels of caffeine. And now I felt ready to give my slime character another shot. The next thing I stumbled upon was something called metaballs, a system that manipulates meshes to simulate liquids. And this looked real promising right from the start. I started implementing the code and did some extreme coding. And yes, this was it. This actually looked promising and I decided to go with the metaballs. After another session of even more extreme coding, I had made a simple play controller script and some animations. Animation for movement and animation for jump was now implemented. It's not the final animations of course, but it's some kind of proof of concept and a good start. I felt like I was doing some progress. Next up was doing some planning about the actual gameplay and what type of game I was going for. I decided to go for a runner type of game, where player is moving in the Z direction with camera following behind. I needed some inspiration for level design and I went back to some of the scenes in the Ghostbusters movies. I think what I want is some kind of sewer or drain pipes to build the levels in. That's all what I had for this week. In the next episode I will start experimenting with the gameplay and start building some level design. If you want to support me, please subscribe and smash that like button.